Testing, 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 testing. Let's hope that this gets somewhere. Testing, testing. Hot damn, we got it. Hot damn, we got it. Okay. See if yours will work.
Testing, testing, testing.
Okay, but now I can't hear the game. Can you still hear me on the video? And that's my headset, or is it yours? Testing, testing, testing. It's my headset. Okay, so maybe we're still playing around with the settings. If anybody's on here, we've just about ripped our hair out. It says all audio should be coming out, but I don't have game audio coming now.
I do. I can hear the game in mine.
Try and plug it in for a second. Why is this happening? This game's being weird. Plug yours back in. Oh, I see. There we go. I can hear now. Okay. Everything feel good? Can you hear anything in your headset?
Yeah.
Okay, you can hear the game?
I couldn't tell if it was coming.
Have it set yesterday.
I don't know, but I couldn't tell if it was coming out of my headset or if it was coming out of the TV. Yeah, I can hear it. Can you hear it?
God. Alright. I definitely have at least a few more white hairs after all that, but everybody, we had technical issues.
We could not for the life of us figure out why both headsets were not working.
We definitely plan to be on here a lot earlier. It's about 11 or so. We plan to be on here at about 9:30.
And we are just now figuring out what the problem was.
Tried contacting PlayStation support, and they were no help whatsoever. So I just had to do the old thing where you touch different settings until you figure shit out, and yeah. For anybody wondering, dumb PlayStation support, I was like, hey, y'all know any settings that we may have messed with? Because I figured it was something I did. You know, I'm not the broadest. I figured it was something I did, and I got a hold of PlayStation support, and they were like, have you tried checking your headset? I was like, you dum-dums, I was headset yesterday. I didn't do anything with it. I sat it down when we finished streaming yesterday. I've been doing other things around the house today, and you know, picked it right back up. It's not like it moved. Anyway, we got it fixed. So today we're going to try to continue on from where we were.
On the last episode, we took a trip to the Leaping Peninsula. What's that smirk? So on the last episode, is that what you're talking about?
Well, I was going to before we get into that. I was going to mention I've added a lot of stuff to the channel as far as a background and stuff. I also started a Patreon, which you can find the info for which in the channel description, I believe. If you're willing, check that out. It's completely up to y'all if you want to, but we're currently working on that. And tell your friends, if you like these videos and think your friends will like them, recommend your friends to come watch these. I would love for more people to come and join us. As many people as you'd like, the more the merrier. But anyway, that's got that out of the way here in the beginning. So what you had to say?
I was just going to say, we last went to the Weeping Peninsula to get a lantern. Yeah, to get a lantern. In our first episode, we're going to try to head back to Limgrave and do some dungeon grinding. Maybe do some invasions.
Do some bumping with that grinding.
And try to get most, if not all, this list checked off before we do.
But also, if you saw it earlier, we made a video talking about hitting the 10 subscriber mark. Thank you, everybody that has joined the channel, hit subscribe.
It means a lot to us.
It does. It's very nice. It's exciting.
Sorry.
It's showing us it's pooping. Dirty sluts. Yeah, it's really exciting, and we're really appreciative. We hope that we can keep y'all around. Continue to make videos that y'all like. Meanwhile, tell your friends, tell your family. Go buy Memo online. Download YouTube on it. Go check us out. We really appreciate it. Yeah. No more whiny sap stuff. So I'm just trying to kill everything I see right now while kind of, I guess, liberating my fingers. That big temple boy. Do the foul foot do. Material. Some arrows. I don't feel like we're going to use arrows for a while. At least I hear a shiny somewhere. this way. I'm out of magic. Are these things worth
No,
it?
they're really not. I think they only give you like 300 and something,
No. Okay.
which is definitely not worth
And we're skedaddling. There it is. Knew I was shiny. Get your. Yeah. That squid is moving. We've been in this jail?
it. Depends.
Weeping jail.
Weeping jail? No, we have not.
We've not been in it?
No. I don't believe so.
Oh. Stone key. So what do we? Did we deal with this guy?
Yes.
Okay.
We're currently going to Limgrave. Go up. That, yeah, down a little bit. See that yellow dot on the beach?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's where we're going.
Is this area Limgrave?
Yeah, the whole area is Limgrave.
Oh. Gotcha. Remember to rest. Put my shit back.
Now you should have a lantern.
Oh. Lantern. Oh yeah, we didn't come in here because we didn't have lantern.
So we had to go on this huge adventure
Uh-huh.
to get one.
See lantern.
We just bought one. It's
Oh,
right
there
there.
it is. Okay. Never said I was smart. Just that I loved.
So much better.
And go come outside was about to been his dog. Just on the big grass in the ground.
Before you jump down there, what's to the right there?
That's where we're going.
Hey.
You know, I really appreciate our big button shot stick.
Yeah?
You know what? He has bigger stick. Huh. Isn't that what we did that one run through Dark Souls 3?
Yeah, we just
got
kept
stick and
upgrading
then
stick.
Bigger stick and then biggest stick. We never made it to Dragon Street, did we?
No, we had down below the dragon.
Oh yeah, good old ovary. We begin our collection. I want his stick. Did you see his stick? Yes.
That is a stick of which we can obtain.
Big spike stick?
Mm-hmm.
What about French toast stick? Summon sign. Uh-huh. Yeah, I don't... that's a little sus to me. So we're going to do that, yes. It's the van. Why does that sound familiar?
Sweet Life of Zack and Cody.
No. All right.
Door stuck.
It's van. Come on, man. Okay. I had to trick him. Oh, and it's letting us summon this. This is a little bit sus to me. Yeah. Okay, that's long. I've got one, the second one should be easier than you think. No, he's like all the way over there too. Who's the one doing breathing exercises? Is that his fan? His fan, my man. Give him the good stuff. Good. Tailoring tools. Sewing needle. Yes, huh? Alright. Thank you, Squilliam. Okay, I'm going to continue on in because I don't know what... I don't want to go... I don't want to leave yet without checking out this whole place. I still have like 6 Estes. Conk. Have you heard about your Lord and Savior Conk?
When you say conk, it sounds like you're saying crunk, like Yzma's assistant.
You telling me he wouldn't like a good old smack in the head and spinach puff?
Well, you just left the dungeon.
I did, didn't I?
That dungeon's not very big. You have to keep in mind we're an early game.
Well, you're right.
The dungeons are not very in-depth yet.
Is that a dog?
It's a crab.
It's a dog. We just found new area.
No, it's still Limgrave.
Well, I mean, a new... Like, we were let out in a different place than we went in.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You know what I mean? Kind of just want to give this area a look over before we decide that we're going to do something else. We're not in cleanup mode yet, you know? We're still in adventure and explore mode. See? I knew we needed to check some stuff out. Oh, is this Turtle Pope area?
I don't think that's that character's name.
Dog Pope. No, okay.
Oh, dragon.
Yeah, baby, it's my shit. Are we gonna mess around with this stuff this time?
I think we should just do something different.
Listen, I wanna... I liked our build before.
Does it have to be the same build?
Not exactly the same, but I did enjoy our build before, and I would have liked to have seen it come to fruition. I think the spells that we were using were fun. The weapons that we had access to were fun, especially the dragon breaths.
It was fun, and I enjoyed it, but I'm wanting to try
the Godskin spells.
Unga.
Well, we can do both. You know, we think about it like this. We put
I thought we agreed that's what the big issue was with the last character, was we were splitting our stats too much between faith and strength. Because we weren't fully getting what we wanted.
Right, but that's why we need to choose one or the other. We can.
And I'm choosing strength.
So, as long as we can make it to Renala, we'll be fine, and we'll have a choice to choose more about what we want to build the bees in. But I think that the faith options gave you a lot of another dog. The faith spells gave a lot of variability in what you can do. And I don't think we used them to their full effectiveness. I think we checked this whole island out. Where to next?
Why don't we do Chapel of Anticipation?
Where's that at?
It is something I'm looking for.
Will you give a quick check to our audio and make sure that that's
Yeah.
Not drowning us out or anything.
Go left.
Left to Rooney.
Down.
Down.
Right there. Somewhere in that blue section. Right there. Yeah.
What
Chapel
is
of Anticipation.
Okay, and why are we going there?
For boss/dungeon.
Okay. So we need to go up this way, and it looks like around from here. The Rampart Tower. Oh God, does that put us back in the castle?
We could always do something else.
No, we'll see. We'll see how this goes. What's the next big boss that we fight?
Godric.
Godric, the Grafted.
Yeah. But you would definitely want to do like your invasions and stuff before your big boss of the area, or they'll go away. Like you won't be able to complete them.
Right.
With knives for Pete's. That's death. This is the way that we came from.
Yeah, but we're wanting to go down. And I did not see a way down from where we were. Contraption does not move, it says. Does that mean that it's up?
No, it's down. That was so close.
one was even closer. It's just it was close on the other end. I hate gravity. No! I might have messed up a little bit there. Alright.
Gotta deal with the birds.
Oh no. Can't hear anything. Hello. How did I fix this the first time?
You can't hear it at all?
Mm-mm.
I think I had to unplug mine.
Try that. Okay, now plug yours in. Unplug yours again. Unplug. It's playing out of the speaker now.
I can hear it now.
But I can't. Oh man. Bear with us, please.
You had it fixed a second ago.
I did, and I haven't done anything except unplug my controller.
There we
Okay,
go.
here we go. Okay, can you hear it?
Yeah.
Okay. Alrighty then. Audio coming through on the video feed.
I'm assuming.
Don't assume.
Yeah.
Okay. So there you go. So which way are we going here?
I don't know. You said we had to come here.
For what?
We're trying to get to the over there. 3. But I don't know how to get there. Go down the stairs, I'm pretty sure.
I'll get stabbed.
I hate this area. Birds with knobs for feet.
I know what you're thinking, but let me tell you something. They can butter the hell out of a slice of bread. What's that look for?
So just run.
I'm gonna try it. Yeah.
Don't even. You didn't have souls to begin with. Go down the stairs. Okay. Just don't even think about burb, and then you're gonna go right. Then right. Don't fall in hole. Thank you. And then you're gonna go down that ladder. There is a dude down here that's gonna mess you up. Try to go left. Yeah, that way, that way.
That was right, but okay.
Yeah, thank you. You know what I meant. And There's an item right there. And, yeah, this way. And then this is where you lose me a little bit.
I've seen this looks a little bit familiar.
We didn't spend a lot of time in this area, so I'm not as familiar with it. That way.
I feel the murderer coming. Oh, that's one of those. Hey, and we lived. This looks about right. Actually, we could summon. I don't like that we can summon here, but okay.
I think there's a bonfire. Go that way. Don't worry about this right now.
I'm not.
Go left.
Where?
Left.
Left. Not up here?
No.
I'm going up here.
Oh look, a dead end.
No, it ain't.
Go that way.
I'm gonna go this way.
Trying to find a bonfire, love.
Well, we will find a bonfire eventually.
I'm almost positive we passed one.
Where? This way?
I think so.
You might be right. Oh, okay. Things are getting a little spicy. Hey, there's a Grace. Tower. Which means, is this the tower that we restore Godric's room? $3,000 souls to level. 16. We've got level.
Kind of skadooshed our way down here.
Yeah, we did. Talisman. Stormhill. A giant. Hello, friend.
Prepare to die.
Oh! Is he talking to me or to
Yes.
shit. Sounds crazy, but this little stick makes me feel powerful.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to do a strength build. You know I love the Younga.
Was that on the list?
What was it?
That big giant? No. You respawn?
I think
Fine.
so.
Great. That's exactly what I want.
You know you love defeating those things.
I actually do. They're a pretty fun fight. Starting to heat. Tower Limgrave is locked. Oh shit, is this where the Bradford.
All that for a foot? What down there? What down there?
I have no idea, but I can't make that jump. So that was it until we unlocked the area. It's a little bit disappointing. Yeah. We're not going up that until we open it.
Now, how did we get all the way down there?
That warp thing.
No. I think we got there accidentally by skadooshing.
What are you talking about? We took the warp. The warp warped us over here.
Are you sure we warped? I don't
Yeah.
think that we did.
We did. We took the warp from there. It warped us to the other end. You remember, like pretty much all the bridges do that.
Sure.
So what next?
I don't even want to go where we were going now.
Okay.
I want to do something else.
Okay.
Get rid of number 3 too while you're at it.
Where's it at?
So if you zoom in and up,
We're going for Godric now, right? No.
no, I want to do some other stuff.
Okay.
Go up. Yeah, go right a little bit. So somewhere
Uh-huh.
in this area
Mm-hmm.
is a high road cave.
Okay.
And we've been having a good time with these dungeons. I wish we would have done this with our first go through.
Hoarfrost Stomp. Does that leave strength scaling on our weapon?
Thank you for completing your sentence. What is it called?
Hoarfrost Stomp. I think it's H.
4?
Hoar. Hoar. Frost. Stomp. Because I think that would be fun to put on this thing.
Not seen you before. Name's Bernard. Tarnished, just like you. Let me ask you something. Are you here in the lands between to despite the collapse of the Golden Order?
It's a little low, ain't it? The audio's a little low for me. I couldn't hear what he said.
I turned it up as far as I could.
Yes, you're a Tarnished through and through. Takes me back. But that's a quality needed now more than ever. Any interest in bearing the torch of my battle arts? All I know is the sword. Picked up a fair few tricks in my time, too. Now's the time to pass them on. To a good and proper Tarnished, like you.
Love you too.
So, what was your question about it? Will it take away scaling?
Can I put a heavy scaling with Hoarfrost on? Because every weapon has their different scalings that they can do with them. Or every enchantment does. Can Hoarfrost Stomp give a heavy enchantment? Which increases strength scale.
See, I'm stuck here. Please.
I can't hear him, so...
Can you help me out of this?
It sounds like a whisper.
It could be your controller. It could be your settings.
That's much better.
My thanks. 1,000 thanks. Just give me a good smack from the rear with something nice and big. And I'll pop...
Hell yeah, baby.
Don't dally.
I'll give you a big smack with something nice and big.
Give it your all.
Give it my all. He says. What does that say?
Well played, good sir. Well played. Though that
was it good for you?
Wallop of yours almost spelled the end of me.
I've heard that before.
Well, I'm out now, and that's what counts.
Yeah.
Thank you. And as a token of my appreciation, I'd like you to have this.
Oh yeah, good old meat that you've had in your pocket. Thanks.
Once again, pleasure is mine. I am the warrior Jar known as Alexander. Iron Fist Alexander.
Danny Rand.
So it says that it scales with whatever your weapon scales with. So it says if you put it on like a dex weapon, it goes with dex. If you put it on a heavy weapon, it scales with strength.
Okay, well that's on.
Castle, in which a festival of combat is being held. I'd heard Wisp doesn't of them. I'm heading to Redmane, I've heard.
Okay, going to that festival. Let's get that Hoarfrost.
The festival is Radon.
I remember.
And we are not ready for Radon.
No.
We are not doing it.
Didn't say we did.
Because good thing we're not ready.
Another dog.
He's a Tweedle. Leave him alone.
I want his neck meat.
I'm not did nothing.
Give him scritches.
Yes. Scritches are acceptable. That's the way you look when you come out of the bathroom after taking a big shit. You just stand there looking into the nth dimension.
Says, why are we still here? Just to suffer. Hey, buddy. He's a little pissed. Over here away from the edge.
Is that so you or him fall off?
Yes. Okay, did that. I hear another one too, somewhere. Okay, what is that? Smith.
Whee!
Storm Hill, why does this sound familiar?
Probably because it's a hill. That's stormy.
A lot of giants right here. Oh, hey, it's his thing. Hey, bud, come here. Remember how long it took us to figure out how to do that? Have that, thank you, please. Ooh, okay, that's a lot of stone. Have we been here?
I can't recall. I think maybe. Yeah, I think we have. So.
This is where we go to fight
Godric.
we haven't fought Godric yet, have we?
No, because we was wanting to do some other dungeons and things.
So
We've essentially made a circle without going to where we actually had it marked on the map.
well, that's good.
Nah, I wouldn't say good, but it's not bad.
So it's good.
No, I wouldn't say that. Because on your map, it's marked the dungeon that we're supposed to be going to right now.
Is it?
Also, hello to whoever joined.
Yes, hello. Welcome. So, look, we did put some things in the flask. Crimson Burst and Opaline Bubble Tear.
Yeah.
Which is my go-to anyway. So.
Yeah.
Excuse me. So where are we going?
Go to the right.
To the right.
Up. Whoa. Stop. Stop. Up. Left. See that number 1?
Uh-huh.
That's where we're trying to get.
Okay.
So whichever one's closest.
Are we going the bottom route or top route?
I guess top route.
I mean, we can. It looks like we can go this way and then that way.
Why
So,
don't we just go to that yellow grace route?
this one right here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Alrighty then. You want to go up or down towards the water?
I think it would be down. It's a cave. So I would assume it would be down.
Okay, we're going to take your word for it.
I mean, that's always a gamble, but we'll give it a try.
What's going on here? This is dangerous. Yeah. That dropped a lot of souls right there too. We're gonna have to go in and get those. We just warped to Grace.
You know... Never mind.
What? What?
Never mind.
What?
I was just gonna say,
What?
if you would have just kept going...
Yeah, well, I was feeling a little spicy. Just
How'd that go for you?
turned out I was mild Bobby sauce.
I don't think Bobby sauce is a correct way to describe a mood.
Current mood Bobby sauce. Current mood Chipotle ranch. That's what it is. Okay. Souls. Got 'em back. Oh, oh. Gonna die again. I'm ready. Either shield. Is the grass crest shield in this game?
Grass crest?
I doubt it's called that. But you remember the shield that you get in the Darkroot Basin of the first game?
Mm-hmm.
And it restores your stamina?
Mm-hmm. There's an equivalent.
Okay, so looks like it is on the bottom.
I told you it was on the bottom.
Oh, well, I didn't pay attention.
See, this is why you should listen to me.
Okay. Ouch. It's a long way down. What is this? Oh, found a dungeon. So we'll put that other thing on hold for a moment.
Great Turtle Shell is a shield that is similar in comparison to the Grass Crest shield.
Okay. And it's a turtle shell.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this dungeon's called Death Touched Catacombs.
Well, it's on our list. It wasn't where we were supposed to be going.
But we're on the way, and we're already here, so let's
But why not?
let's take a trip to Goodwill here.
Oh no! They've got the skeletons.
The Bone Zone.
Love flavored flowers.
Another fantastic day at Loveland. Oh man! Oh no! Oh no! Catacomb flashbacks. Fuck around, trying to find out. I didn't hit them once, Doc. They walked into it. Okay, I might have hit that one.
But never intentionally.
Oh, it was intentional.
You have to say it wasn't intentional for liability purposes.
I wanted to. Excuse me. Okay. Weird hitbox. Hey, not cool. Getting catacomb flashbacks.
Switch to the
Uber.
boss screen.
Blood Rose. How do I get up there?
Go up the stairs, I'm assuming, as a start.
Which stairs?
Those stairs.
Oh. Look at my smart boo.
Isn't there a secret wall somewhere around here?
see it
door.
this.
Just be careful.
You know, I was gonna say, this feels like a trap. Now, Glovewort, that's used to upgrade our
Spirit ashes.
Pokemon.
Spirit ashes.
Pokemon.
There you go.
Uchigatuchi.
Gesundheit.
That guy that was in here the other night said he liked katanas. So I hope he sees this, because he hasn't got it.
Just a flesh wound.
So we've pretty much done everything we need to now, right? It's boss time?
Boss time.
Boss time. Gonna go give a rest and then we'll head into boss room. Level up to just so because we can. Now we go in and we give him the old bad touch
Bad touch.
with a stick. What is it? Black Knife Assassin, it's already half dead. Bud, you alright? Oh. Squid time. Haha! Right now. Can't
Can't.
do that.
Now be careful, because if you let him grab you, it's instant death.
Instant?
Yeah.
Hey, there's a thing there, fish. Fishy! dagger. Isn't that just the red tearstone ring from the other games? No, critical hits restore HP. A little bit of root for Gurunk.
When we get there. We know now to not give it all to him at the same time. We learned the hard way, remember?
He gets a little bit angry. Which we may not have much reason to give him it in this unless we decide to go for a faith build again. Because pretty much all he's got is faith stuff.
But having it still gives us those options, though. Okay, so that was Black Knife Assassin. Now let's try to get to the dungeon that we were actually aiming towards.
This way.
Yep.
So do we need to go down?
Yeah, remember I told you that I thought it was down. You can make that. Not that one.
Grace touch. Got another level. Pumpkinhead. The boss.
This big enemy.
He blocks with his knock. Got that. Still going down?
I think. We're looking for a cave. There's a spring to the right. Did you see it?
I did not.
Whoa! Look up! Look! Stop! Right there.
I see it now. Think I can make it over there? Oh, baby. Alright, so now we go this one.
Yeah.
No. Yummy. There it is. I think.
Lantern.
Is this it?
What is it called?
High Road Cave?
That's one of them.
Okay, well, we'll do this one. Since we're in it.
But Limgrave has a lot of areas that we could check out.
Mm-hmm. Good. Big old hole in the ground. Pupper. Do we want to jump in a hole? No.
If there's nothing else, then
Wound. Boner. And fall. Okie dokie now. We got left and right.
left.
Left.
Hit that.
Huh?
That looks sus.
It was a little sus. It's the way the lighting hit it, I think. That also looks sus. I'm good. How are you? Thank you for joining the stream.
Yeah, we really appreciate it. Keep in mind, we are not professionals and don't know what we're doing, so buckle in.
Having a blast. It's pretty great. Found armor. That's helpful. Alright, again. Left or
Left.
right? Yeah, I feel like we've got our build right now is where it feels right, like about where it needs to be, and now it's just a matter of sticking with it, I guess. We decided on a Big Angus build,
Big stick.
so that's where we're gonna take it for now. It's just Big Angus, big stick. Becky, let me smack. This club is deceptively, it's simple, but it's deceptively fast and powerful. It doesn't feel like it should be doing as much damage as it does. And we put the wild strikes on it, so you it like earlier we were fighting one of those big giants and he staggered instantly. And I was like, oh, this feels broken. Like, it feels good. Can we make that, you think? Yeah, we're gonna have to. We don't have to look at it. Yeah, we were talking about that. Maybe once we find that, the large club, going to large club,
know I enjoy the Undead.
But we'll have to see where it goes.
I personally, which is just my opinion, I still think we should use the brick hammer. It's just such a cool looking weapon. The only downside I can see with it though is the reach is minuscule.
Very. Oh, I don't like this jump. What? And my PlayStation, man. I play on just about everything. I've got just about every Nintendo console made. I've got every PlayStation except for the PS5 so far. I've got a 360. I mostly do my gaming on PlayStation. Yeah, I yeah, I do most of my gaming on PlayStation.
Right in the
Oh yeah, I've got a little bit of a love right now for collecting the original Game Boy. It feels like the game stores are super cheap. They're easy to pick up and put down. So like if I'm, right before bed, if I'm just kind of trying to relax, it's easy to throw on Tetris 2 and just relax. DS, 3DS, Switch, PS3, 5, Vita, Wii, and Wii U. That's about what I honestly, along with some extra older stuff. I got some DS. That's a good collection.
That seems to be a theme. It doesn't matter how many consoles you get, there's always another console you think of that you still have this, and I'm just like, you scrap this one. I'm like, yeah, but
this one. I can agree on that. My personal favorite's the Super Nintendo, just because I don't know. I feel like it's for 2D gaming, it's the one that seems to have like the most best quote unquote games. Like Super Mario World is the chef's kiss.
that one
F-Zero.
That one Dracula game that I love so much. I can't think of it. Dracula something. It's like a 2 or a 3-parter. We got one part of it, remember?
I'm talking about the one for the PlayStation, Dracula.
Oh no, it was just PlayStation, not PS2. But I was playing it on the PS2 though.
It wasn't Castlevania what she's talking about. It's hold on, let me get up here. Walk over to our shelf. She's talking about Dracula: The Last Sanctuary for the PS1. It's a it's like a point-and-click adventure that she's been having a good time with. It's one of those old 2-disc black back.
It's a point-and-click / puzzle game, and I thoroughly enjoy it. Yes, I would definitely check it out. It's one that I highly recommend. It's super fun, and I myself have played it several times. And I still enjoy it, even though I know how it ends, and I still go back and play it again.
The only issue with it is our older consoles, we have a HD TV, and those older consoles just do not show up well on this HD TV. I wanted to pick up a something like an upscaler or something, because it's almost like you can't raise the brightness the way I have it set up. You can't raise the brightness without the black also becoming brighter, and then you can't see anything. So yeah, it's either going to be that I have uh, I'm gonna have to figure something out because honestly, the other consoles I have, like the Super Nintendo, the NES, everything else, even the N64, they all look good on this HD TV except for the PS2 that I have. And it may be just that I have the Slim, the PS2 Slim, and I've heard that that can make it that it has a worse output than um, the fat. Yeah, so I'm looking into it. Also, it's all routed through component. I'm sure that also is bad. I have it all hooked to a component switcher, and then I have the component switcher routed into an HDMI switch, which is routed into the back of the TV. It's a little bit convoluted. Um, we're looking at moving pretty soon, so when we move and I have to unplug everything, that's going to be a really good opportunity to like go over everything and reroute my stuff. So I'm hoping I can get it fixed then. Or if not, I'm going to have a little bit more room than I did. So I may just look into getting like an old PVM or an old small CRT that, you know, is just for those games that are too dark to see. Oh yeah, I'm excited. I am excited, and I hope it all works out well. So what is the boss for this? Do you know?
You know, I did until I completely forgot what the name of the dungeon was that we're in.
That's fine. I'll be fine. I was just thinking about throwing on a fire grease, but...
No, I think it is... I'll tell you. Guardian Golem.
So fire grease ain't gonna do shit. Yeah, see, that's the thing I want. I love the feeling of like all original, but also like just don't have a lot to mess around with. So
At least not yet.
I'm doing my best. Yes.
And like the streaming thing as well, we had just recently started dipping our toe into streaming. Because we've always wanted to give it a try, because I always get a tickle out of listening to us when we're gaming, and we always have a great time, and we bounce off of each other so good, honestly. But we will be moving into a bigger space, and I hope that will be, we can get a better setup.
CRT flash, you're cracking your eyes. I feel you. Listen, let me tell you something. Did you ever have like an old CRT? We had an old CRT when I was growing up. It was an old floor model from the early 80s. And that thing, when you turned it on, you could hear the hum. And I remember my hair standing on
I
end.
remember that feeling, yeah, I know what you mean.
I miss that sometimes.
And like if you're sitting too close to the TV, like you can hear the crackle.
Smell it.
Yeah.
Smell the electricity in here. You know, it may. I'm surprised our house didn't burn down. Very nice. We're looking at how to fix that. I appreciate the input. When we finish this goal, we'll look into that.
We've had trouble with the audio literally all day, and we've been fiddling with it, trying to fix it. I think we're close to getting it sorted out.
Getting shocked.
So I remember, like, when we were growing up, we had one of those CRTs that was like the floor model, and it sat on the floor, and me and my brother sat probably way too close, um, and when we did, um, does that help? Can you hear us better now? All righty now. Good, good, good. But as I was saying there, we had one of those CRTs that sat on the floor, and me and my brother used to sit way too close to it. And I remember even now, Dad turning it on, hearing it hum, and both me and my brother's hair standing straight up.
Once you get outside, you know, you could just touch the thing in there, and it takes you back to the beginning.
Oh yeah. Just the way we came in. Okay. Conduits for lightning. Oh yeah. We could have become crispified.
I strictly remember anytime it would storm, my folks would be like, you're not allowed to watch TV and you're not allowed to take a shower. Like, for some reason, I don't remember what their reasoning was, but like, showering and watching TV was a no when lightning was going on.
Meanwhile, my mom said, go out there and play in the rain. You smell bad. I appreciate it, but we're just kind of making our way through um, uh, for the co-op. If we hit like a brick wall, uh, we will definitely get some co-op in. But for the moment, we're just kind of taking our time through. We're not in any rush to beat anything. I like the challenge of the solo run too. Two people who told their consoles got destroyed because lightning hit their house. Yeah, I'm a little bit paranoid about that. So I've got all my consoles plugged into a. I've got all my consoles plugged into a surge protector. So hopefully, if we ever get hit, that'll protect us. As far as I know, the way those work is it should fry the surge protector, not anything it's connected to. But yeah, I sub, so I'll hop in when I can if you ever need help. It's much appreciated.
Yes, the subscription means a lot.
I'll tell you right now, probably sometime around Renala is when we're gonna start getting really pissed, and that'll be when we'll be like, help. Anyway, so we beat that.
Yeah, pull up your
what's
map.
next on the list?
We have quite a few actually that we could do.
Where's the map thingy in here?
Yeah, that's the map. But
Why don't we
we're
get
not.
that?
I don't know. We're super close to the next one. Do you want to do it first, or do you want?
Let's
the
just
map?
do whatever's closer.
So.
But yeah, we appreciate it. If we get to Renala and she ends up making my toes curl, we'll definitely take the help. Sparring partner, some tips, just let me know. I've had the thought of if we get to the end. I like doing the PvP in these games after I've beaten it. So when we beat the game, if we decide that we want to go further and do a couple more episodes of this, I've definitely got some ideas in mind for some PvP builds that we're going to maybe like do a couple tests of PvP builds and stuff like that. Right, yeah, because if I were to do PvP, I'm a little indecisive, so I would probably want to give a couple weapons a try and try a few builds. I'm the kind of guy who plays charade in Soul Calibur, so
you need to take number 1 off.
So I'm definitely a little scatterbrained when it comes to trying things. So we need to take 1 off, you said?
Yeah, take 1 off.
Where's 1?
If you zoom in a little, you can see better. Right there.
Yeah, right there.
Yep, and then 2 is where we're going.
We're going to 2. Gotcha.
Yeah. It's called Murkwater Catacombs. All kinds of catacombs we've been in lately.
Pop a soul here. We'll go ahead and level up.
Also, we really thoroughly enjoy the conversation. The more people that we can get in here, the better. It really helps the time pass when we have something to talk about.
Best of their games, PvP. Well, I watched something earlier about it, and somebody was saying that it's in their opinion the best game that FromSoft has put out, which I don't disagree. I don't. This game has so much lore, so much world building and everything. I think it's too new. I think for most people, it hasn't had like the time to, I guess I want to say, mature and age in the way that other FromSoft games PvP has. So I think the longer that it goes on, you'll get rid of some of those guys that just, I guess, can't enjoy anything, and you'll have more. You'll have more of the people that really want to see where it can go. Black Sheep, this is my least favorite FromSoft Souls game. It's understandable. I mean, look, everybody has their favorite. I think the different games hit different. They hit different. Now, I also think it's a little bit of like when you play them. Different games can leave different impacts. And if you play them at the right time, I think they can hit you different than if you play them at the wrong time. People using particular weapons, I've seen that. It's like they want a weapon to work and it doesn't work and they won't try anything else. And or they get their ass handed to them and then they can't deal with that. So I hear you on that.
Here we go, Murkwater Catacombs. Let's go.
Yeah. Like I remember I picked up Dark Souls a long time ago. The Dark Souls 3 when I picked up Dark Souls 3 when it came out, and it was I take that back. I picked up Bloodborne when it came out. That was my first Souls game, and I just could not get it. I did not understand. It was too. I didn't understand how the game worked, and it made me mad, and I just could not deal with it. And it took me playing a lot of different games, and I guess getting good. But when I come back and it clicked, it made me a fan. And I think that all the Dark Souls games kind of do that. Where if you're not in the right mood, I guess it can hit hard.
Or if you're anything like me and have zero patience whatsoever, I could definitely see how a game like that would be unenjoyable.
Dark Souls 2 is definitely like that for me. I still have it on my backlog. I believe Dark Souls 2 was one of the first games I picked up for the PS4, and I remember playing it and thinking there was something wrong with it because of how hard it was.
Trap.
And it just, I don't know, it just didn't click until much later. I'll show you a real playthrough. I think how open it is in the beginning kind of does that too, because you know, I wasn't expecting something that open. 100% blame the game, which is ironic for a Souls player. Right. I remember when I first picked up Dark Souls 2, I went pretty much straight for Hyde's Tower of Flame and got my ass completely handed to me, and I was like, this doesn't feel right.
Jellyfish.
What is that? Oh, what is that? Oh, he got hammers. Hello, Kratos. Fell in love with it. I hear you.
I hear that a lot about Souls games. Once you learn how to play them and how to deal with them, you love them.
Dark Souls 2, I've tried a couple times, and I'll be honest, I usually get to about, the, what do you call it, the area with all the lava, and I always end up dropping it right around there for some reason. In my last playthrough, we got there. Tried to kill the pursuer without healing her. Batista's, yeah, that can do it. He's a little bit of an angry boy. Right. And did you play the original version, or did you play Scholar the first set? Which one did you end up playing through the first time? Was it Scholar or the original? Like all the way through? I picked up Scholar. That's the only version I've played so far, and from what I understand, and correct me if I'm wrong, but every time I read on a couple forums that people say like that the placement of things is a lot more assy in Scholar than it is in the original. Like multiple more enemies in worse placement in Scholar than the original. Is that right?
After we get out of here, we're going after map piece.
Okay.
Which is already showing on your map. Or it should be. You might just have to mark it.
Okay. Really excited to see the differences. I am too, and so I'm hoping that that's all it is that because so a little more. The way I understand and what I've read is they say like that the best way to play Scholar is if you played the original and you want more of a challenge. You want that, I guess, like quote unquote new game plus situation. So I don't want that yet. I want to play through the game first regularly. So I'm hoping that I can pick up the original at some point and play through it and love it. And then when I'm ready for that secondary challenge and I understand the game more, I can go in and give it that. Replaces enemy positions and cleans up some of the movement chain. Right, and the way I understand it also is that the movement, not the movement, but like the enemy placement would be like where they would have one enemy, they would place 3, something like that. Find a copy. It should be really cheap, so it'd be worth it. Yeah, and that's definitely where we're at right now. We're kind of in a situation where new games are a little bit hard to come by monetarily. So it's on the list. I have this app on my phone to keep up with my gaming collection, just because it's at the point where now when I go out somewhere and I see a game for sale that I wanted, I have to think to myself, have I picked that up? Do I have that? Or do I not? So I've picked up this app called, I believe it's just called My Game Collection on Android, and I have crested the 500 games mark, and I know I haven't played most of them. So I need to, that's on the list, and if I can get Dark Souls 2 out of that backlog, that'll be a big win for me. That is missing every single one.
These are not worth the effort. Moving on.
Tweet.
Go up.
Oh. Okay.
Now, Grace over there. Right,
Grace
straight ahead.
Yeah, right there. Okay. And we got a house. I've got Dark Souls 1. I bought it on the PS3. I was planning on playing it, never got around to it. And then when I got a Switch, I picked up the remastered for the Switch. And I played it on the Switch, but I've beaten Dark Souls 1 multiple times. It's probably my favorite of all of them. Played the OG Demon Souls. I have not. I actually was thinking about picking it up right about when the Demon Souls remaster was announced, and so I know I'm going to pick up a PS5 eventually when I can afford it. So my brain tells me that my first experience with Demon Souls, I want it to be that remastered experience. So I'm waiting to pick up Demon Souls until I can afford a PS5, and I want that to be the first game that I play through on my PS5. So it's a thing where I could get it at any time, but I'm saving it. I actually was planning on doing that with this game as well. I was going to wait to get it on the PS5 and play it on the PS5 after I beat Demon Souls. But honestly, it went on sale at Walmart one night, and we were at Walmart, and I said, oh, I can't not pick that up now. It's too cheap. So we brought it home. OG Demon Souls is amazing. It feels just like Dark Souls 1. I've watched a playthrough of it, and it looks like it would be something I'd like. I'm really interested in the structuring of it, where it's like level based, and I think that'll be fun. I also really like going back and playing games. Like when I play a later game in the series first, I like going back and seeing like where it came from, and I'm excited to play Demon Souls with that. King's Field is on my list for exactly that reason. I want to see where it all kind of started and came from. Feels is amazing because it feels just like Dark Souls 1. If it feels just like Dark Souls 1, I'm gonna love it. I'm gonna love it. How the levels are made, it's not like Dark Souls at all. I can see that, but I've seen playthroughs of it. I've seen the game be played and speed run and stuff like that. So I understand how the levels are set up, and I don't think it bothers me at all that it's not like interconnected. I think in my mind it's a game that comes from almost a different time. It was a really early PS3 game, and you know, a lot of early PS3 games almost felt like PS2 games in a way. And you know, PS2 games just kind of had more level-based games on it.
That's a rune bear. Don't touch it.
I thought that was a rock. We're just gonna get off that real quick. Try Armor Core 6.
Oh, just a regular bear. All right. Oh,
well, that's not a regular bear. Oh
boy.
God, Poopy.
Golden Poopy.
Tried Armor Core 6. I have not tried any Armor Cores, but they are on my list. I love Japanese games, and they always just feel like so much more well put together. And a big mech game just sounds like an awesome time. A lot of people used to it, but now I love Demon Souls. I've heard a lot of people say that that they played the remake, they went back to it, or they picked it up after playing some of these later Souls games, and it just sounds fun. I'm thinking about it almost like it's a prequel in a way, like almost in my head it's like if you've played the original PS2 Spider-Man 2, what that is to the PS4 Spider-Man game, I'm thinking about it in a similar light to Demon Souls is like to Dark Souls what the Spider-Man PS2 is to Spider-Man PS4. Absolutely. And so I'm excited. I hope it's fun. I know it's going to be fun. I'm going to have a good time with it. But yeah, just eventually when I end up getting that PS5, that's going to be the first thing I want to experience on it. That, and then right after Miles Morales. It's almost time, it feels like, to get a PS5. I usually wait to get a new console until there's a
price drop.
I wouldn't necessarily say a price drop, but like enough new games to get on it. Remaking the OG is just phenomenal because that Dark Souls 1 feel. Oh yeah. But I think that there's almost like a certain number of games you have to have on a new console available before I feel like it's worth it to pick it up. PS5's just about there for me. Final Fantasy 16 just come out, or it's coming out. Can't remember if it's just come out or it's coming out. So just a whole bunch of new stuff on it. Spider-Man 2 looks great. If it's anything like the first one, it's going to be great. Demon Souls is the only reason you had to get a PS5. Yep, for a while it was like that for me, and my brain just wouldn't let me do it. It was like, you know, I'm going to buy this PS5, and then it's going to sit and rot while I'm waiting for more games to come out. And I'll be honest, I did that with the Wii U, and I kind of wish I'd waited to pick up a Wii U a little later, because by the time I picked it up, if I had waited just a little bit, the price would have went down a lot. I could have got a lot of these games for cheap. I played them and was getting rid of them. Good timing for Sony too, because it was right after my PS4 broke. But yeah, and it's backwards compatible, so I bet that made the choice kind of easy. Absolutely.
Alright, now that we've got that piece of map, I think we could do one more dungeon. What do you think?
I think so.
So, where are we at right now? We're in the middle of the woods. Gotcha.
That's right. And the thing too, another thing, I'm pretty sure that the PS4 has something like a, it has something like a battery inside of it. I remember watching a video about this. There's a battery inside of it, and like if the battery goes bad, the console's shot or something like that. But once the PS5, like once it becomes more readily available, maybe a little bit cheaper, I would just about guarantee that they're going to do a slim version of it at some point. It's going to be cheaper. And if it stays backwards compatible, there will be no reason to get a PS4. It'll be like the PS1. There's almost no reason to pick up a PS1 because the PS2 just does it better. They already announced the slim. I must have missed that. But you know, if that's the way it ends up being, that's fine by me. That's fine by me. It'll make, if you want to pick up a PS4, it'll make them dirt cheap, because the PS5 will just be a better PS4, and I'm okay with that.
Trying to determine where we're going next here. Uno momento.
I think we've got time to do like maybe one more dungeon here.
Yeah.
For it's time to shut her down. As if they stop making disc ports altogether, though, that terrifies me. Because I remember the first time I was burned by something like this was way back on the 360. Growing up, I had picked up the Scott Pilgrim versus the World beat 'em up. For a while, that game you could not get because it disappeared off of the internet. You could not pick it up. Sorry about that. Unplugged my controller with my foot. But for a while, you could not pick up. Can you hear me? I don't think.
Yeah, I think he can hear you.
Uh-oh. Okay. Alright. The audio for the game has disappeared, though. Let me... How did we fix that before?
Here somewhere. You had to like primary output or something. Devices, audio. There you go.
There we go.
There we go.
Got it
Problem
fixed.
solved. This audio, man, driving me crazy.
Thank you for bearing with us. But yeah, so I picked up Scott Pilgrim vs. the World for the 360, and then there was like this deal where Scott Pilgrim, the game, got delisted for some reason, something to do with like the rights, and we couldn't re-download the game after that. And that game was great. That was a great beat 'em up. They recently re-released it. Another game I want to pick up. Marvel vs. Capcom 2, my favorite fighting game. It's hard to find. Is that it?
I think so.
That's it down there. But you can't find it, and it's so expensive to pick up, even in like disc-only form. So I can't. If I can help it, I don't do digital anymore because of those two games. I do not want to be burned again.
Ooh, Grace.
Where'd you see Grace?
Go that way. See the...
Right there. Hello. And I see a spirit spring all the way over there too. So we can get down there and do that dungeon fungin.
And this will probably be our last one for tonight. And I would like to come back tomorrow if all goes well.
Maybe a little earlier.
Well, if I can get the audio, if we can get the audio to cooperate tomorrow.
Well, I think we kind of figured out what the issue is this time.
Yeah.
So maybe next time we can, if it does it again, we can fix it quicker.
Now's not the time.
What's your most coveted game you have?
Typo, maybe?
Huh?
Typo? Covetuse? What is that?
I hate to ask, but I'm gonna ask what do you mean by that? And we just got invited. Coveted. Honestly, it's a mixture. My favorite game that I have is and probably will always be, at least for the time, Persona 4 Golden for the Vita. That game is a perfect game through and through. It's hard to get because it's a Vita game. I got it pretty cheap, and I play through it. I love it, and I just got one hit. I don't like that. Oh, I lived. Nope.
Well, that was a beautiful moment.
So, like in rareness, I guess that's my favorite. Otherwise, I have a love for the weird and out there. So, like, it's a mix between, I have a copy of Sneak King for the Xbox 360. That's just chef's kiss for me. That's one of my favorites that I have. I have a copy of Dead or Alive Extreme 3 Beach Volleyball that I had to order from Japan. I love that one just because it was kind of hard to get a hold of.
You can make it. I think you can make it.
The wait for it was the first time I'd ordered something like that online, and it was just a fun experience. But I think my favorite that's in my collection right now, just for story's sake, is I have 3 copies of Mary-Kate and Ashley Sweet 16 License to Drive. 2 of them are for the GameCube and one of them's for the PS2. Um, the reason why I have 3 copies is because for Christmas one year, my mom asked me repeatedly what I wanted for Christmas, and I knew Mom was in a hard spot. I knew she's in a hard spot, and I said, you know, I don't want anything. She kept getting on my nerves about it, obviously. And she was like, I want to get you something. I was like, I don't want anything. I'm a grown man. I'm fine. And she said, I got to get you something. I was like, all right, give me Mary Kate and Ashley's Sweet 16 license to drive. And so she ordered me one, she said, out of spite, because she knew I was picking at her. And she said it was not going to get here in time for Christmas. So while she and my dad was out one day, she saw another copy for sale for cheap, and she picked it up. And then the copy that she had originally ordered came in. So I had 2, and that was hilarious. And then I went to Jess's house for Christmas, and she had gotten me another. And
well, you wouldn't tell me what you wanted for Christmas. And that was the only response you gave me, so I assumed that's what you wanted.
So they have a permanent little shrine in my collection.
It upsets me to no end.
They're my favorite thing in my collection that I have. And I'm pretty sure I would sell the rest of my collection if I sold those 3 copies of Mary Kate and Ashley.
Good, let him.
I'm going. I think that's where I love collecting. I've heard before the saying that it's not about the destination, it's about the journey. And I fully believe that. I think that collecting is just another journey, I guess. And in some ways, I feel like that the story behind the games, or where the games come from, can sometimes mean more than the game itself. And I think that can go with anything, really, if you're a collector.
We found it.
Found it. Absolutely.
Lantern.
Yeah, I probably do need to pull that out, don't I? It's dark in here. Wait a minute, how many
Aren't
souls
you
do I
so
have?
glad that we went on that little detour for that lantern?
A little bit, yeah. 1336, that's a good year.
Hmm.
Oh no, I dinged the bell. Now they know I'm here. On your way. Good. Absolutely. It's a fun. It's different now than it was. I'll tell you, when I started collecting, games were not as expensive as they are now. And used to, I was of the mindset that like anybody who collects needs to have like a copy of, like, just as an example, anybody who collects needs to have a Super Nintendo and a copy of like Super Mario Kart. You know, game prices now are so out of hand that I would advise anybody that collects to have the mindset of only collect what you want and don't worry about picking up stuff that you're not interested in. Got a few stories I go between where they actually get some really good gems of often. Yeah. We have a couple really good game stores in our area.
I'll work at one.
Jess works at one. I'll be honest though, lately the
Don't trip that bell. Don't you trip that bell.
lately the quality of the games that they have in and the amount they have in of them have gone downhill so bad. And I think it's just that the games are becoming more consolidated. Like
Watch
used
out
to,
for the bells.
I'm hitting it because I want to fight them all. I don't want to run into them. Older collection, Manhunt, Ocarina of Time. Two excellent games, two interesting games. Ocarina of Time being just the perfect adventure game, and Manhunt's just got such an interesting everything to it. It's so interesting and so it's got such a good story behind it. I mean, not just the story of the game. The game itself is fun, but like the circumstances behind it and like what it is and when it came out and all that, like it's just such a weird blip on the radar. Stories around it in the news. That's what made me pick it up. Was like knowing that it is what it is. I would not say that.
I was gonna say I don't think I've ever heard anyone describe you as cultured, love.
No. But yeah, the Manhunt's one of those. Katamari Damacy is one of those. Like Mr. Mosquito for the PS2, you know, for the Wii, not the PS2. I've got
we're talking to?
Huh?
This boss. Where are we? Murkwater Cave.
Yeah. Oh, is that my friend? Oh, my beautiful man. Hello, beautiful. My bald-headed friend. You know what I love about him?
What?
All these different games that he's in, he's almost like a dimension trap.
Yeah. And in every dimension, he's an ass.
He only survives to be an asshole. Rot breath or something. Right, yeah, I think you're right. Well, technically, quote unquote, in Dark Souls 2, he's not in it, but there's Pate, I guess.
Well, that character's pretty dang close, though.
Wait, please! I surrender! White flag and all! true.
Uh-huh.
You definitely want to finish him.
Why?
I believe if you don't, let me see.
Right. Right. No, I want to say that there was a character, his name, I believe it was Mild-Mannered Pate was his name. And he's essentially the same thing as Patches. It's just he's not Patches for some reason. They had to change his name to Pate. And he's not as wily or delicious as Patches is.
Never mind.
Huh?
Never mind. You can leave him live.
I can let him live. I'm gonna let him live.
Hey!
No, I won't.
Ah.
Oh.
Well, what do you know? You're tarnished, like me. Now, how did I get that wrong? I took you for a demi-human or some such.
Sure.
An innocent mistake, I assure you. Well, water under the bridge. Now we're squared up. How about we play nice from now on?
Mm-hmm.
A true man of reason. Just what I like about you. I'm Patches. Patches the untethered. Tarnished like you, only free-spirited. Nomadic, you might say. Only for now.
I'm sorry.
Those retired soldiers turned
What's your
bandits.
whale of a game you're
And they're
chasing?
for my gruel.
Right
In
now,
exchange for
honestly,
mine,
it's
well,
Marvel vs.
show
Capcom
them the
2.
ropes.
It's
But
so
honestly,
expensive
this looting racket is
for the
bloody
PS2,
terrifying.
and
Frankly,
it's just
I'm ready to wash
out of
my
my
hands
price
clean.
range for what I
It's a
want.
really
Like
legitimate
it's
shop.
like over $100.
So
I'm
don't be a
pretty sure.
stranger. I'll be
I
ready to
love
wheel
that
a deal come
game,
next time.
and it's not been re-released on anything, and they won't re-release it for some reason, and I need it. I used to have it on my iPod when I was in high school, and sometime between then and now they took it off of all of the stores. Now is when I would want it the most, and recently they put out a one of those arcade one-up cabinets with all of the Marvel Capcom games like War of the Gems, X-Men versus Street Fighter and all that. So I have hope. It's not a lot of hope because I know how things are, but it's a little bit of hope that we're going to get like a virtual console release of it or something for modern consoles. But always have emulation. You're right. I did pick up a Dreamcast emulator on my computer just to play that. So that's a thing. But I would rather, if I could help it, I would rather have a physical copy of it just to say I had it, because that game is
Well, I think that's probably the last dungeon that we're going to be able to fit in for tonight, unfortunately.
about ready to call it quits. Oh yeah, and that game is a absolutely a loved game. But I agree, it's right about time, right about now, Funk Soul Brother, to check it out now. Right about
Yeah.
that time. Silent Hill for PS1 or Berserk. I've heard rumors, and I don't know how much to trust on it, but I keep hearing that they're going to remake Silent Hill, the first one, for the PS5. So I'm holding out picking up Silent Hill for the PS1 for that. I have hope that we're going to get a Silent Hill remake, because it was supposedly we were going to get that. I want to say the person who leaked that also leaked the Metal Gear Solid 3 remake that they just announced a couple weeks ago. So I'm hoping.
We want to thank you for the conversation.
Yeah, thanks a
The
lot.
conversation was wonderful. It really helps connect and pass the time, and for the subscription.
Yes. Thank you.
Every person matters, and it helps us tremendously.
Yes.
We will be on tomorrow sometime, hopefully, maybe.
Yeah. So, sometime right around the same time.
Right around, I would say 9ish.
Maybe a little bit earlier than we was this time.
If we can. You're more than welcome to come join us tomorrow. Tell your friends about us. We'll be doing more Elden Ring stuff. At least until we finish Elden Ring, we don't know what else we're going to play, but Elden Ring's on the agenda for now.
I've got just about every AAA game that came out on the PS4. So if you could think of anything that you would like us to play, or that you think would be fun to watch us play, leave a suggestion. I'll be glad to pick up anything. It's great. Thank you again. Just really appreciative that you watch us tonight, stayed with us for 2 hours. You didn't have to do that. I probably get tired of myself after 2 hours. But
the conversation was wonderful, and we really appreciate it.
Absolutely. Also, just want to say we've been kind of playing around with setting up some more stuff for the channel. So we've got, like, I think I put a banner on the channel and some stuff on there. If you'd like, go ahead. If you're ever interested, go to the channel and, like, check out some of the past streams we did, and maybe some other videos. Leave a comment if you'd like on the channel. I believe I left a link to some other resources that we have. Like, I believe I set up a Patreon, stuff like that. So just keep us in loop. We'll continue to stream as often as we can.
Mm-hmm.
So.
But for now, we're gonna hop off here, and we really appreciate it. And we will catch you all later.
Peace.